Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a suburban house in Minecraft for all of your city building needs. In this video, part 1, we will focus on making the house itself, including the entire outside. In part 2, linked down below in the description, we will focus on making the entire inside of the house. Fun fact, I am hidden somewhere in the intro of this video. Let me know if, where and when you spotted me. This is the amount of space required to make the build, including a handy grid, which you may choose to copy, that will show you the starting position. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin the build by placing 9 chiseled tuff in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then, place 3 pale oak planks on top. 1, 2, 3. Extend to the right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then down by 2. 1, 2. Place a chiseled tuff on the ground. And then extend this way by 1. And then this way by 1, like so. We then want to extend backwards by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the right by 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Before we move on, we want to move 1 block to the left, extend forwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then dig 3 rows to the left, 1, 2, 3. Replace those blocks with tuff. Place glass block on top of those. And then place chiseled tuff extending all the way over to the left. The end result should look like this. Once you have done that, we can come all the way over to the right side of the build here. And over here, we will do 2 things. First of all, we will place 10 pale oak planks on top of this tuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, we will also extend our chiseled tuff backwards by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We now want to look back on our build and extend the tuff to the right by a further 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We then extend forwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we extend inwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which allows us to connect all the way back to that point of the house like so. But then we want to do 2 things. We want to place a row of 10 pale oak planks on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we also want to drop down and extend this tuff to the right by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we want to place 9 pale oak planks on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want to return all the way back down to the bottom, and we will do two things. We will extend this tuff all the way over to the right, and we will also extend this tuff all the way forwards to join all the way back to where we first started. This is a rather complicated looking floor plan, but this is what we should end up with. Next, I think it would be a good idea to work on the structure of the house. So, to begin, we will work our way all the way over to this position, and extend this pale oak plank to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to extend down by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to both extend down to the ground, but we also want to extend backwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then extend upwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we want to connect this block inwards and to this corner. And we extend this block backwards and to this corner, just like so. And that gives us a wall to work with. We will place an oak door here, and we will fill this gap in with pale oak. We will place 2 rows of pale oak on the left, 1 on the right, an additional block here, remove this block, fill the base of this in with stone, add glass here, spruce trapdoors left and right of the window. Then we will just add a row of oak fence all the way around the edge of the balcony, just like so. And then we are actually just going to fill this entire wall section in here with pale oak planks. Now we are able to work on the garage. So to begin, we will give the garage a door by placing rows of stone stairs stacked up behind this empty space. We will then build up the walls by placing rows of pale oak planks on top of the chiseled tuff, just like this. We will add an additional row of pale oak planks atop the garage door to the side here, and then just an additional tuff like this. And that just fills in any gaps that we may have had. Then we are going to add rows of stone brick slabs that start here. So just above the actual top of the garage door. We're not cutting into the actual door at all. So a row here and a row of stone brick slabs here, just extending off of both the front and the back. We will then extend the stone brick slabs up and together from the front and the back simultaneously until they reach this position. And then we will just fill what is necessary on the side in using pale oak planks. And then from here, it would be easier to grab some stone bricks as well. We can extend the stone brick blocks in towards the house. And then after we have added those, we can add the remaining stone brick slabs, just like so. And that will give us this. Next, we are going to come to this part of the build and extend the pale oak planks all the way over to the very left, just like this. And we will extend the pale oak down to the frame, just like so. That will then allow us to extend this pale oak plank backwards, just like this. We also then want to drop down to this position and place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 pale oak planks extending up, with 2 rows of glass to the left and an additional row of planks left of that. We will then place spruce trapdoors left and right of this window, and then we will just fill this wall section in with pale oak planks. We also want to connect this pale oak plank just to the left, like this, and then this entire wall can be filled in with pale oak. We can actually make the shape of the roof whilst we're here as well. We can place rows of pale oak planks on top of this, eventually reaching a peak like so. And this leads us around to the back of the build. So, step 1, we are just going to add an additional row of pale oak planks just all the way along the back length of the build like this. We can even extend our pale oak plank row upwards and forwards to the front of the build, where we can then add the same triangular roof shape as we did to the opposite side of the build. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we can now connect this row all the way back across to form the back wall of the house. To begin, we will come all the way over to the upper left-hand corner of this wall and place a pale oak plank with 2 glass blocks to the right, 3 more planks, 1, 2, 3, 2 glass, 4 planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 glass, and then 3 more planks, 1, 2, 3, 2 glass, and then a plank on the end. We can then extend our glass down, just like this. And then we actually just want to fill in between all of these with pale oak planks because it's just a bit easier, as from here we want to add 3 rows of pale oak planks underneath these windows. So this is already 2, and then this will be 3. And then we want to add another window underneath this one, so that's a 2x2 row of glass, and another window underneath this one. This is another 2x2 row of glass. Underneath the right window, we will place a doorway with a little bit of glass just above it, and then it is easiest for us to just fill the rest of the wall in using pale oak planks. Then we are going to add spruce trapdoors left and right of the windows. We do this with almost every single window on the house. Now that we have done this, we must add a porch. So, on this chiseled tuff, we will place a stone block here and here. Then we will add pale oak planks all the way along the tuff, with stone in the side of this empty space. We will then add oak fence on top of the planks, just like this, and then an additional 2 fence, 1, 2 here, and 1, 2 here. We will also add stairs leading down to the garden. This is just a couple of rows of stairs just dropping down as they do, with stone underneath them. And then for the roof of the porch, we will add a row of stone brick slabs that extends from one fence to the other, left to right, and they overhang the side of the porch by 1 row. And then we extend the stone brick slabs upwards and inwards to extend and connect to a certain position. So the only issue here is that on this side of the build we are missing a chimney. The chimney sits right in the middle of this wall, it's 2 rows high, and it's made out of stone, right? So we can just place 2 rows of stone on the side of the house in this position that extends all the way up, and it will end up being 1, 2 or so rows higher than the actual roof itself. We extend it 1 row in, like this, and then we add upside down stone stairs to the top of the chimney, just like so. And we also add grey candles to the top too. So that's what it ends up looking like. But the point of that is so that we can now extend our stone brick slabs up to meet our new chimney. And then we can fill the roof of our porch in using stone brick slabs like this. And that gives us this. Now we are going to move around to the side of the build, and we can just fill this entire wall in using pale oak planks. Now that we have filled this wall in, we can go ahead and move on to the front of the build. So the first thing we'll do here is just extend this chiseled tuff just all the way up to the top of the build. And we'll just fill this gap in between the 2 parts of the build together with pale oak planks. Just like so. We have to add some windows, so let's start over on the right side here. We want to place a pale oak plank, 2 glass, and then 3 pale oak, 1, 2, 3, 2 glass, and then 2 pale oak. We extend the glass 1 row down, and then pale oak planks in between. And whilst we're up here, why don't we just add the spruce trapdoors just left and right of our windows, like so. Now we are going to drop down and we will add an additional row of pale oak planks on top of that inward row. We will then place 1, 2, 3 planks here with an oak door here, and then we will make the rest of this row pale oak. Left of this door we will place a plank, glass, plank, and then right of the door 1, 2, 3 planks, glass here, and then 2 more planks, and then we can actually just completely fill above this in with pale oak. And if you did want to, you could add a glass above the door if you were so inclined, but it's not necessary. And from here we will place a stone. This is a porch, by the way, so on the porch we will place a stone here and left and right, and we will place a stone stair in front of this, or a row of stone stairs in front of this, and here, so that we connect down to the ground. We will place pale oak planks along the tuff, like this, with stone inside of this empty space. And then we will place oak fence on top of the pale oak. And on top of this corner block, 1, 2 pale oak fence, and then a stone brick slab here, extend right, and then extend back up, back up, back up, like this. And then we will extend all the way over to the left, and then we will grab our stone bricks and we will extend which blocks are the stone bricks all the way over to the left, and then slabs as well. And that gives us a really nice structure of the house, but one thing is kind of missing, and that is the entire roof. So to start with, we're just going to place a row of stone brick stairs extending all the way up along the side of the roof with a slab on top, and then stone brick stairs extending down. The stairs extend off of the side of the roof, 1 row, just like this. And then we place upside down stairs underneath with a stone brick block underneath the top, just like this. And then I'm just going to extend the roof all the way across to here, and we are going to extend up and join to the chimney. And the overhanging row we will just place upside down stairs underneath. We will extend the stone brick stairs blocks here all the way across and through to this side and up the side of the roof shape here. And then we will add all of the stairs just like so. For the back of the roof, we are just going to completely fill this in. So we're just going to connect both sides of the stone brick stairs rows together. The front of the roof is a little bit more complicated because we have to make the balcony area connect to the main roof, but I think that the easiest thing to do will be to make the main roof first, and then we can worry about how everything else looks later. Now, this leads us to here, the balcony roof. To do this, we will extend a row of stone brick slabs forwards from that stone brick stair that overhangs the front of the balcony by one row. We do the same all the way over here on the left. We extend this end stair all the way forwards until we overhang one row. We then extend these slabs inwards and upwards until eventually they reach this position. This will be the roof of the balcony. We have to add some additional pale oak planks here and here, and maybe in another place as well, but let's see. So we'll extend the stone bricks inwards towards the roof. Where there are stairs, we will have to change those two brick blocks, but it is no big deal. And then on the opposite side as well. And then the slabs will just extend and connect inwards nicely. And that will give us, if we take a little look, this. Next, we are going to add a few details to the front of the house. To start with, we will place a decorated pot in this corner of the porch, flower pot inside, fern inside of that. A row of 3 brown carpet to act as a doormat, and to the right of the door here, we will place a stone button. Left and right of this window, we want to place a spruce hanging sign, with chains extending down to the signs, and a row of spruce slabs underneath to create a bench swing. We also have to come all the way up to the balcony and repair this wall, and also add a decorated pot here, flower pot here, dead bush here, and a jungle leaf here. Just like so. You could even make that 2 rows high because there's quite a bit of space if you wanted to. We also want to add a row of ferns here to the right of our porch. On the side of the house, I actually think that it would look better to extend the chimney an additional row outwards, including the blocks at the top, the stairs and the candle, and then remove the inner row. So the chimney is more so sat on the side of the house rather than extending inwards. I just think that it looks a little bit better. Next, we are going to add a fence all the way around the house, starting from the very front of our grid, that will extend back in a straight line and hug the side wall of the house, move through the chimney all the way to the very back of the grid here, and then we can extend all the way across until we are 2 rows away from the end, and then we will extend the spruce planks forwards until we line up with the side of the house. And then, as a matter of fact, we'll move 1 row inwards. We want to be 1 row in from the side of the house. We'll place a plank here, spruce doors here for a garden gate, and then we will extend our spruce planks 1 row up just all the way around. Next, we are going to create a grass path from in front of our garden gate, extending all the way until we line up with the edge of our porch steps. We will then dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows in front of this path and extend all the way across. And connect to here, and then we will fill this giant gap in with and inside. Then we are going to remove these 3 rows, joining and connecting to our drive. We will just have a path like so. And then we want to place rows of jungle leaves like this. So they kind of sit in the middle of this area. They don't touch anything. They're 1 row away from the fence, the wall here, the path itself. And this continues all the way over to the right here. So finally, we touch the edge of this boundary, but there's nothing really here. And then we just extend all the way to the very back of the build, just like this. And this ends up looking really, really nice. It actually lines up perfectly with this back gate. And there we go. That just looks fantastic. Next, let's focus on the back garden. To begin, I want to make a shed extending off of the back of the house. We begin by placing 1, 2, 3, 4 spruce planks extending out of the back of the house in this position. We then dig 2 rows to the right, place spruce planks in the ground, place a plank on the end, and extend back towards the house. We can remove all of this grass and replace it with planks. In here, we can place a chest and a crafting table or any sort of various implements that you would like to add. I think that we may even add some later. Spruce doors here in between these front pair of planks, and then we want to extend the side walls upwards by 2 rows, just like this. Connect them together across the top, add an additional plank here, and then we place rows of dark oak stairs extending up the side of the roof just like this. Well, up the side and then down the other. And we overhang the front of the shed just like this. Add upside down stairs just like so. And that is the shed. So from here, we are going to make a row of 2 grass path that extends all the way from in front of our porch all the way over to the left, and it connects to our shed doors just like this. But it continues further, and we want to connect to our garden gate as well. Then we can add jungle leaves, or just leaves, to the side of the house, connecting to and through the shed, all the way to the porch. In front of the porch, we can have a row of poppies, because I just love them. Then we can place a row of jungle leaves that extends all the way along the right side and back of the fence. which will give us this. Next, we are going to make a patio. To do this, we will line up with this corner of the porch, and we will move through to this side of the path, leave a gap of 1, and then dig all the way to almost the back of the garden. We want to leave a gap of 1 from these leaves, and then we can remove all of the grass extending all the way over to the leaves on the side of the fence. And we can replace all of this empty space with smooth stone. We will then place a mangrove stair here, extend right, 1, 2, and here as well. We will place a 2x2 square in front of these stairs, leaving a gap of 1, and then on the other side here, we will have another set of stairs, just like this. Then we will place 2 furnaces here, with a polished blackstone pressure plate here, and a detector rail here. Spruce trapdoor here, and here, with a flower pot on one and an item frame on the other. And then we will place a 2x2 square of flipped up spruce trapdoors behind the furnaces. Next, we are going to make a swing set. To find the position for this, we will count left of the patio 1, 2, 3 rows. Here, we will place 1, 2, 3, 4 mangrove fence on top of each other. Extend left, 1, 2, 3, and then down to the ground. Then we will place 2 chains underneath these 2 middle blocks, and then iron trapdoors underneath the chains. We will then leave a gap of 1, 2 in front of this, and then we will remove a 2x3 rectangle from in front of the swings. We will fill this in with sand, and then spruce trapdoors around the sand. And this creates a sandbox. Next, we are going to leave a gap of 1, 2 to the right of the middle of the sandbox, and then here we will place a stone stairs, and then 2 more extending above and behind. We will then place red concrete extending down to the ground, and spruce trapdoors flipped up on the sides of these stone stairs. Then we will place ladders up the back of this, and then mangrove fence gate like so. You can have it point the other way as well, but it just doesn't look quite as good, so I always have it this way. In some situations, I do wonder whether it looks better, kind of like maybe off of the back of it, but I don't know. It's up to you. It kind of looks weird that it's just floating there, so I think that the best course of action would be just to place it there. Regardless, in the sandbox, we are also going to add a flower pot, item frame, and an iron shovel. And inside of the shed, we are just going to add, I'm just realizing that we didn't fill like the back of the shed in. So we should really fill the entire back of the shed in with spruce. And we should also just add stairs inside the shed as well. And then in here, we can just add like just a bunch of tools as well. And if you like, you can also just add some like shelves in here. So like you could just add a shelf with like a flower pot in it or something fun. But yeah, it's just meant to be like a simple tool shed for a simple garden. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the tutorial, we have officially completed the entire outside of our build. However, we both know that this isn't over. In the next video, we will head inside and build the entire interior. You can find the link for that video down below in the description. But until then, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, consider becoming a channel member. You will gain access to loyalty badges, some fun emojis, and a monthly download for every single build used in our city. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.